Pony Beholder che fuma un grosso cazzo di Durry. Santo cielo, Dio ci punirà per la nostra arroganza.
Hey y'all, Pony here, and welcome back to another episode of Model Railroading with Iron Pony. And folks, it's an interesting one today. Sometimes you find yourself at a crossroads in life where you have two choices. You either give the ceiling a new coat of brain gray, or you put yourself through a challenge so disgustingly rigorous and all-consuming that you have no time to think about the newfound hole in your heart. Luckily for those of you who actually enjoy my antics, I chose the latter. Then what sort of project do you suppose that would be? I hear you asking. Which is kind of weird that you're talking out loud to your computer screen, but I digress. I fell in love with early porters after learning about them in a Discord community I'm a part of, particularly the ones from the Porter Bell era, and there's no locomotive that balances pretty and cute like their venerable Type C light freight locomotive. Unfortunately, there are no surviving locomotives of this precise type, so documentation is pretty scarce. But Pony, how did you make a model of something that no one has ever made in HO scale before? I again hear you say, and to that I say, man, you're both impatient and strange. The answer is obvious. 3D printing. I'm not going to do the bit for a third time, so I'm just going to cut to the chase and say I had to make the entire damn model myself from drawings that I'm totally allowed to have access to. So yeah, I learned Autodesk Fusion for this project. It wasn't a cakewalk, but the more you learn about the program, the easier it is. I'm not going to skip trace every little step because this isn't a Fusion tutorial. So here's a little slideshow of it progressing. The chassis I ended up choosing was more or less just a word salad that hopefully I'm not too lazy to type up for the video, but the long and short of it is that it's from a Japanese company called Worldcraft that went belly up days after I bought the damn thing. Sorry to those of you who wanted to recreate this yourself. I did include an unfitted boiler that can be adapted to any chassis though, if it's any consolation. Anyways, it was simple. Make the shell, recreate the chassis, use the chassis to make a cut in the shell, cry because Fusion decided that the loft you made in the very beginning wasn't fit to be cut, and then bullshit your way through making it work anyway because this is all you have now that the only person who ever understood you is gone. Don't follow these steps too closely if you're doing this yourself. Anyways, now that I had the parts all designed and printed, it was just a matter of mating them to the chassis and the Toma tender I bought because I didn't feel like modeling the rivets on my own. After all was said and done, it was time for paint. It was at about this time that I realized I'd made a serious design flaw. I spaced the fenders to more or less be exactly the distance of the faces of the wheels so that the side rods would clear them. Unfortunately, model trains typically go around these things called curves, and when they go around curves, the wheels and the chassis move in opposing directions. So go figure, I had a terrible bind because of it, and instead of doing the honest thing, iterating and making a new shell, I just ground down the spot it was getting caught on at an angle so it'd clear. I'm not going to go through the painting process again because nothing too interesting happened this time around. And I used all my same techniques save for the fact I now print my custom decals through Fusion scale models. And done. There's just one problem. It's still HO scale, but it's 30-inch gauge. I don't have anywhere to run it. So I built a 30-inch gauge layout. It's still a work in progress, but how about it? Let's see this little booger in action. Oh, did I mention I put DCC sound in it? That probably explains the suspiciously speaker-shaped coal load, huh? Alright, and for the moment you've all been waiting for, let's do a little bit of running. And that's the rough process for how I made my porter. All files are available for free $99 on my Cult store solely because I don't want to figure out the taxes if I actually make enough money. If you have any questions, comments, or you just want to be an asshole and inadvertently boost my engagement, go ahead and drop a comment below. Until next time, this has been Pony. Peace!